So the Grain Belt Express Clean Line is a high voltage direct current transmission line that is going to be able to deliver and move 3,500 megawatts of clean renewable wind energy to market. So the issue of a private entity and public utility status is something that has been brought up a lot. Ultimately, the Missouri Public Service Commission needs to determine whether or not an entity is a public utility. And to do so, you have to demonstrate a need and necessity for the project. And then they will deem that entity a utility and they will regulate them. So you have to provide a public service and demonstrate that you do so on the record with evidence. And this project would not be unlike any other utility that provides gas or electric or communication. They have to demonstrate that there's a public need served. And so that's the same for us, the same requirement for us. Now, whether or not the ownership structure of the company is less relevant, whether they be publicly traded or not, ultimately most companies have owners. The question is what structure or format. But that's really irrelevant to whether or not that company provides a public service. And so long as the public service administers jurisdiction over that company, they will have to answer to the state of Missouri and the people that are being represented. So the benefits are multiple. There's a lot of benefits at the local level and then at the greater state level and beyond for the region. At the local level, this will result in hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars over the life of the project in terms of property tax revenue that otherwise wouldn't be there to fund our schools or hospitals and ambulance and other emergency services, all the taxing entities throughout the county. Those are real tangible benefits, and we have experience with that. We've seen gas pipelines come through and do the same thing. The local jobs, the people that provide the concrete and the aggregate and the survey work and all the fuel, transportation, those are local firms in these communities that we will be using. So there's a lot of short and long-term benefits. From the consumer perspective, there's a lot of benefits for keeping rates down and helping keep our emissions lower. This is clean energy, it's domestic energy, and it'll help lower our cost overall. And the manufacturing component. Missouri does a lot of the manufacturing of the components we're going to need. Hubbell, General Cable, ABB, Noranda, all those are partners of ours that we're going to use to make the stuff that we need to build this right here in Missouri.